547. Welcome to week 7. It's getting really, really close to the end of this course for you, and I know you move on, but I hope everybody's start to the summer is going well. Today is my technically my first day of summer break, and so kicking it off with the video for you guys. So let's jump in. Week 7. Never be ashamed of your abilities. That's from the movie The Good Shepherd, and I do think sometimes it's hard for us to accept what we're good at in education because we don't want to be braggy, right? But it's okay to admit where you're good at and what skills you have and let people know and try to use those skills to help others. So don't forget that because you're working really hard and you're trying to improve in this program. And so it definitely is okay to do that. So the brain compatible unit is due week 8. So there's nothing due this week, but there's it's a big project. It's a big paper, and so you have a couple weeks to do it. There's a link right there for a sample. We'll get into that in a minute. Just to let you know, week 6 discussion post and your art and movement project will be graded by Wednesday night. I don't know what time Wednesday night, but sometime Wednesday night. So let's get into this week. Lots of content. The chapter, the brain and art, specifically geared right towards that unit 8 that you're working on. There's a lot of great information in there, but as you can see, it's 51 pages, a lot in there, but it's a good read. So definitely dig into Souza and all he has to say on why teaching the art and why teaching movement. And then quite a few web articles. These are not as long, but the decline of play and mental disorders, really good read. But as I scroll down, you can see it's not too long. Child's play helps build a better brain. I don't think we needed to ask scientists to know that. We can just tell after they're active, they definitely can focus a little bit more. Ways to improve your child's memory power. This one is definitely much shorter and just kind of gives you some snippets there, and just interesting how to kind of go through your day as a teacher and see what of these things are you doing or what of these things are you supporting with how you build your day. Then Einstein on creative thinking, music, and art to help the science. I like this article because it really does reemphasize that science and art are not mutually exclusive. They're not at odds. They actually help and strengthen one another. And then we get into the videos, classroom teacher videos, a brain break video, 1 minute and 35 seconds. So not a very long one. This one is 5 minutes, so a little bit longer, but just really what a teacher does for a brain break, right? And I know there's a lot of information out on brain breaks now, and Go Noodle and all these websites that definitely support that. A little bit longer video, almost 9 minutes, on music and how to integrate that and the importance of music in the classroom. And then I don't know if this is good, CBS News, Pumping Up the Brain, essentially how PE can help support the core classes and the importance of that. And another one specifically about keeping kids in shape and physical health and mental, how the mental are connected. So that's the content for this week. So there is a lot of content. Just know to plan accordingly with that time. There are 2 discussion questions. The second one is just posting a link to your week. It says week 7, but week 6 project, the arts and movement project. So post a link to that. It's not graded, but just to share it out with your classmates. The first one is review the content you learned about habits of mind in week 6. Select one of the habits of mind. Discuss its importance. How can you incorporate in your teaching? The thing here is be specific. Don't just kind of talk about, oh, this is, I like this one, or things of that nature, but really be specific there. So there are 2 posts, but really only one that you need to comment on. And this one, once you post it, you don't have to comment on classmates, but obviously it's always good to do that. So that's really the assignments for week 7. And then want to preview a little bit about your final assignment, your brain compatible unit. Know that you can click that button right there or go in the submission area, and it's much more detailed. So I'm just going to kind of go high level because in that video, it's specifically for that assignment. So here is the document that kind of outlines it. The big thing that I want to point out on this one, and I do it in the video as well specifically for it, is you're not creating lessons for the entire unit. You're more so creating an outline of an entire unit. And so pay attention to the video. I think it's about a 6-minute video that goes through this assignment because it's a big assignment. But the big thing is know that you don't have to create 7. Let's say your unit has 7 lessons. You're not creating those 7 lessons. You're naming them. You're connecting them to standards, but you're not creating 7 individual lessons along in there. And then also don't forget there is a reflection page. Here's what the rubric looks like. Is your writing good? Do you include a cover sheet and an introduction to the project? Do you talk about the wholes and the parts with the strategies, sense and meaning, modalities, memory strategies, emotional intelligence, integrating arts and movement? So you can see like almost every week, weeks 1 through 7, really touch on each piece of this paper, your reflection, and then obviously APA and citations. So that's the breakdown for the rubric. And know that at the bottom here, there are 2 different student samples. So you can kind of look and see what it looks like completed. And you can see this one, they connect it to standards, and they go through and they talk about each lesson separately, but they don't do an actual lesson plan for each one. Once again, like I mentioned, there's a video here. This video goes through in detail all the different pieces and what you need to do for that project. So watch that. After watching that video, if you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. Have a great week 7. I'll talk to you again next week.